We have officially made it to Phnom Penh, Cambodia, our very first stop in Cambodia. And this morning we have a big excursion over to the Royal Palace, the Silver Pagoda, and the National Museum. And we are riding over there on private cyclos. So come with us to see how this day unfolds.
A full day in Phnom Penh, Cambodia today, guys. Such a cool city. It's huge.
It's a huge city.
It gives Vegas vibes.
Yeah, it really does, because we'll get to this, but we were just out at night and it was so lit up, and it's such a beautiful city as well, like architecture-wise. I feel like there's some really cool architecture and big, tall skyscrapers and everything. So anyway, really, really cool city.
This morning was our, I think, 5th different mode of transportation that we have had so far on this trip, not including cars.
Yes, no cars.
So it was river cruise, it was a ferry, it was the sampans,
which is the boat,
the tuk-tuk or tuk-tuk. We're still trying to figure out how you say that.
I think it's tuk-tuk.
What was the thing called this morning?
Called a cyclo.
Okay.
And it was
like the old, it's a very like more formal way of transportation that they don't do that frequently anymore, because frankly it's not that efficient in these crazy streets.
It was like a club of people that I think Avalon partners with. I saw something on their shirts about conservation, so it may be like a non-profit.
There's a bunch of older guys on bikes.
So fun though.
And we sit in this little carriage.
And it was one person per bike. Yeah. So you like had your guide and they would take us all around the city, and we were just on bikes, and it was really honestly cool. Such a fun way
Went to the King's
to
Palace and just zipped around the town, and it was super cool. Came back on board and we had a nice lunch, and then we relaxed a lot today, got some work done in the lounge. I took a little nap, and then we had a very cool local orphanage come by and do a series of dances.
Yeah, like traditional Cambodian dances
and
with
music.
A storyline behind it, and they were so talented. It was so good. Yeah, they pulled us up there because we're the youngins on the ship, and so they said, you guys can do it.
Yeah, it was super fun. And then Courtney and I were the only two people who wanted to take advantage of the overnight in Phnom Penh, and so we had our tour guide organize a tuk-tuk to basically take us around tonight to some places. So we had a dinner reservation for the main local area.
Yeah, we had a dinner reservation at a place called Sambok, but guess what? Tonight, on Sunday nights, is the night market, which closes down so many streets, and it is pure chaos out there.
Tens of thousands of people, probably. I've never seen anything like it. The crowd.
It's so fun, but it was just crazy.
Our guy couldn't get us anywhere near the restaurant, so he was like, do you guys want to get out and walk from here? And we were like, I don't know, huge crowds of people.
It's just our first time here, and we just were like, maybe let's go somewhere
I never
else.
felt unsafe here. It's just one of those like good rule of thumbs as a traveler. It's like, I don't know, huge crowds of people.
It's just the two of us. It's nighttime, just safety first.
So there was a rooftop bar that we were going to go to after dinner that we decided just to route there, and we had an incredible Japanese sushi dinner.
At a place called, I think, Ika.
Yeah,
is
Ika.
The Japanese
It was
place
in the
that we
Rosewood
stumbled upon.
Resort, which is a beautiful 5-star, maybe 6-star, ultra luxury hotel.
Beautiful.
But
and then
the
across
Sky
the way
Bar,
is the Sky Bar.
So cool.
It's such a cool view of the entire city with all the lights. Like we said, it looks like Vegas, and it was such a fun way to end our night.
Yep. So now it is bedtime, and we are halfway through the trip. This is night 4 on the cruise, and now we have 3 full days in Cambodia exploring. We'll see you guys in the morning.
You think it'll make it back with us on the plane?
I don't know.
Do they allow this?
You've taken hats many a places before, so
Yeah, but this one's made out of bamboo from Vietnam.
we'll see. Maybe our global entry will bypass us any need to declare anything. Anywho, we have just left the main capital city of Cambodia.
Phnom Penh.
Phnom Penh. Very, very eye-opening day this morning, guys. We visited the killing fields in a prison of some crazy periods of time.
Yeah, the Khmer Rouge, I think that's how you say it, the Khmer Rouge regime when they were
4
in power
years.
from 1975 to 1979.
Yes.
And it was wild hearing about it.
A lot of bad things happen. A lot of bad things happen. I don't think it's fun to bring up any of the real details that we saw today in this fun, lighthearted video, but
it was important that we saw it, and I'm glad that we did see it. It was very eye-opening, and it led us to now be interested in learning more about not only Cambodian history, but the history of Vietnam and the surrounding countries, and more U.S. history and all the things.
Yeah, it was really eye-opening and just such a unique experience, and really cool that Avalon puts that in on the itinerary, but it was heavy. There were some very heavy moments. I've never done an excursion like that before. And
I should say you did have a choice. So if you did not want to do that heavy excursion, they did set up something else to visit a market and some more landmarks around the city of Phnom Penh for those who did not want the heavy morning.
Yeah, it was 25 with our group, and then 7 went over to the markets, and then came back on board. Had a workout, our first of the week, a proper work. We walked so much in Japan, guys.
We did. So
25,000 to 30,000 steps per day, and we were sore and tired at the end of the day.
And sometimes we also did do a workout.
And we worked out a little bit in Japan, yeah.
We felt very healthy in Japan.
Some upper body. Here, we just haven't been because it's been really busy. Like the excursions, 2 a day. Today was the first time we only had 1 planned excursion, right? So
yesterday.
Kind of, but we went off on our own, and we had the evening activities with the local.
But today we just had that morning excursion where you could decide either or, and then we got back on the ship, and now we're headed to our next destination because it's pretty far away. So we've been sailing all afternoon.
It's been super nice. We've gotten a lot of work done. It's been relaxing. We've been using the Wi-Fi. We saw a demonstration of some fruit cutting.
Yeah, some fruit carving, and they also did a tour of the galley and is it called the bridge?
Yeah.
No, the wheelhouse.
I think it's
they call it the wheelhouse on a riverboat.
Our version of the bridge as we know it on other ships. And now 6 o'clock is when happy hour starts, which is when they have included cocktail of the day
and some snacks.
Which I actually just snagged one.
You didn't bring me one.
As I walked over here. It's the best one I've had so far. It's a nice piece of shrimp with a cucumber and a little bit of spicy sauce.
You didn't bring me that?
We're going to go get it right now.
Oh my god.
And then it's dinner time, and then it's bedtime, and then it's back-to-back excursions tomorrow. And then it is Wednesday is our final full day, which is a 1 excursion. Head back to Phnom Penh. So much still to see, guys. We're a little over halfway through the cruise portion, the river cruise portion of this trip. I just realized we are now day 14, I believe, maybe 15.
Of the trip?
Yeah, because we landed in Japan Monday is when our first, so it's been 2 weeks.
But we've been traveling since Saturday night.
Yeah, so it's been 16 total days, 14 actual days of exploration and traveling, not being tourists, but being travelers.
Yes.
If you guys remember earlier in this video, we talked about the difference, and it's been so cool and has opened my eyes up to so many things, not just about river cruising, but about different parts of the world.
Yes.
We're excited for the rest of it.
blessed by monks this morning.
We sure were. We actually got the bracelet and everything to prove it. It was very cultural experience. They did some chanting, and we learned a little bit more about that religion and how they live and how difficult it is to become a monk and everything that they have to go through.
All the things.
After a delicious lunch and 3 hours on board getting some work done, we are now headed off to the children, the school.
We're headed to a local school where I believe that we are reading to them in English and bringing gifts.
Yes, we bought some school supplies, some markers, and some books that we're going to give to them. And I really don't know what to expect here, but every
not much context.
Young person that we have met or child that we have met so far in this trip has been so excited and waving and going crazy. So
I hope it's the same.
Yes, hopefully they're excited to see us Americans. But we're going to bring you guys along. See you soon. Very sweaty after that one.
I look like George Washington. That was so stinking fun.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Gosh.
A huge shout out to Avalon, because what we just heard, there's another river cruise docked, tied up right next to us. It has 90 passengers.
Yeah.
It maybe is a French line. I'm actually not entirely sure, but it's larger. It looks like fancier. It's got the pool and the palm trees and all that stuff. So we're both in this little town right now where it's a monk village, and it's also just like a regular village.
Yeah, with like cotton weaving and cows and farmers and corn and all the things.
And we went to this school. There's 50 children there, and they're learning English. And so we got to sit down next to one, have an interaction with them, go through a book, show them like how to pronounce certain words. They're reading back to us.
And then some people from our group, they went up to the front of the board and they wanted to learn how different accents.
Yeah, because we have people from the U.S., Canada, Australia, and the U.K. all on our group right now.
And of course, everybody
people.
says things differently.
So it's funny, they all went up there and then the kids repeated it. It was just such like a cool experience that I don't think a lot of other people get to experience. And I was like, okay, so there's 33 of us, there's 90 people. Maybe the other cruise is going to do 2 iterations because the classroom's not all that big.
Right.
No, we found out that Avalon actually is a sponsor of that specific classroom, paid for desks and whiteboards and chairs and
pretty
fans.
Much the whole, whole classroom.
Because of that partnership, Avalon is the only one that's able to have that experience, which was the entire experience. It's a very cool little town. It's interesting walking around and seeing the farmers
and everything,
and seeing the local people who are sewing scarves and stuff.
But what was coolest was actually interacting with these children and helping them learn English, and they're asking us questions back and forth, and actually getting that experience made the whole day. And
seeing the other cruise, which people just walked around town and got back on the ship, but we got to have that 30-minute cultural experience, I think is like huge kudos to Avalon as a brand, and I think really enhances this experience over potentially other river cruises. Again, guys, this is our first river cruise. We don't have anything to compare it to, but we can compare it to the other river cruises that we're seeing go by. So this one's way larger. It's 3 times the size. They didn't get that same experience. As we were more south in Vietnam, we realized that there aren't as many large river cruises because they can't get under the bridges that we went under. And so we're one of the few maybe sized ships, which smaller for sure, less amenities.
Right, again, 36 people on here, so it is quite a small ship, but we're going to cool places and having really cool experiences.
And it just doesn't feel phony or excursion-like at all. Like, it's true. No. The cool thing that I love about FIM and I guess just like the Avalon leader that we have, he's our cruise director, is that he'll walk around with just like a wallet of cash. And if he sees something that he thinks the group would appreciate, he's going to pull out some money, buy it, and let us all try it.
Yeah,
so we all
like
got to
today
try this.
We had a fruit.
Yeah, it was a lotus fruit.
Yeah, it was the lotus fruit from the lotus tree.
Not my favorite fruit. Doesn't have any sweet. It's definitely not a pomelo, that's for sure. It doesn't have any sweetness to it. But the fact that like this lady pulls up on a bicycle, she's got a basket of this fruit, and he's says, hey, group, do you guys want to, like, try this?
Yeah, like,
I'll
have
buy
you guys
some.
seen this before? And
No,
everybody's
we've
like,
never seen
no,
it.
we've
Tried
never
it.
seen it.
He pulls out money, pays her, he gets the fruit, and he passes it around. And that, to me, is just, like, other excursions don't do that. They can't do that because there's, like, lots of rules.
Right, and this is not the first time that he's done that. That has happened multiple different times, and this is just a theme with Avalon. It's very cultural, it's very immersive, and they just do their best to really have us be a traveler. Again, harping on being a traveler, not a tourist.
Yeah, super cool, guys. And now we're gonna hang out, have a beer, have dinner, and then get ready for our final full day tomorrow in Cambodia before we start sailing back to Phnom Penh tomorrow evening, and then finish off the trip with our Hong Kong portion. But wow, so cool. We'll do a full recap after tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And just keep bringing you guys along for this wild experience.
So fun. Good morning. I cannot believe that it is our last full day on the Avalon Saigon along the Mekong River. It's truly been such an amazing experience, and we've got one more immersive experience left. So this morning, I believe we're about to go ride on ox carts in a local village and see what the local homes actually look like, and then visit a silversmith. So some more adventures for today before we start packing up this room and begin our travel back home tomorrow, stopping in Hong Kong for a day and a half, and then we'll finally be back home. So stay tuned and we'll show you what we get up to today.
A fun final last day on board Avalon Saigon, sailing through the Mekong with our 6th type of transportation.
Yeah, it was, I think, our 6th type. So
you guys couldn't even guess it if I tried. If yeah.
I don't think so.
Ox cart.
An ox cart with 2 ox, which are cows.
Yeah.
They're like, really?
2 passengers per 2 oxes.
And the driver.
And the driver. There were 34 oxes. It was like a stampede of oxes.
There were 16 total ox carts in a line, just driving us to the village.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was funny. Yeah, it was like a 20-minute ride.
A little rough on the lower back, but
yeah.
No, it was
feeling
fun.
my
It was
age
really
at 30 now. But we went to a little local town, and we actually went in a family's house, and we saw their 2nd-story home.
Yeah, we saw the traditional home, the traditional Cambodian home
on
that's
stilts.
Raised, and they were farmers, I believe, and so they had some cows in the back, and then they also had chickens and ducks and all the things.
And then we went to a silversmith, which was very interesting, watching them make silver by hand. And they also showed us the difference between real silver and silver plated.
And how they do it and what
how
the process
you can tell the
is.
difference. And then we got back on board, and it was just a relaxing afternoon on the Avalon Saigon.
I got a pedicure. Shout out Mara. She is amazing. No, it was $20
for
and then
40 minutes.
A $5 tip. So $25 for an hour-long pedicure. Amazing.
Yeah, really insanely affordable prices for the spa here. And then we had a final farewell cocktail hour, and the whole crew, everyone, all 28 or 29 members of the crew came out, and then there was a little dancing.
It was so fun.
We went off to dinner, and
we sat with some of our friends from the week, which were the solo traveling ladies who we love, and just had a really fun last dinner. Some really delicious food, some duck and some traditional Cambodian stir-fried beef, and now we're
pomelo
off
fruit.
Yeah, of course.
I had 4 full pomelos
Everybody
today.
knows that you do that.
Yeah, by now.
But now we're headed to bed, and we're all packed up and ready to travel tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we're heading to Hong Kong, and I think tomorrow, once we get settled into the hotel, we'll bring you guys along for the travel day, but once we get settled into the hotel, we'll do a deep dive into the cruise recap and kind of tie this whole thing up with a bow. And so now we're just going to pack up and get ready for bed, early wake up. See you guys at the airport. We made it to the airport lounge, Plaza Premium.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it is super nice. Open 2nd story, lots of food options. we got in with our business class seats that we booked with points, but we also could have gotten in here with Priority Pass, Amex Platinum. There's a whole bunch of partner airlines and credit cards that this lounge has, because it's the only one in the Phnom Penh airport and the international terminal. So we're just hanging out here for the next 2 hours or so until we board a new airline to go to a new country. Very excited about this business class redemption that I booked with Capital One points, transferred directly to Cathay Pacific, that I found somewhat last minute. It was like 28,000 points per person. The flight was, I gotta look it up. It was over $1,000 per person for the business
really
class.
Redemption.
It's not a long flight. It's 3 hours from Phnom Penh to Hong Kong, but I really wanted to try this airline in business class, and on our long haul flight home. 15 hours, it is economy, because I was not able to point hack that one.
And we have the Capital One points to spend on this one.
Capital One points are difficult to redeem because they don't have that frequent of transfer bonuses. They don't have a tremendous amount of great hotel partners. So this was a direct transfer that made a lot of sense for us to not sit on, 200,000 plus Capital One points. Let's go ahead and deplete 56,000 of them. Use them for a cool redemption.
And we're getting in at 3 p.m. Hong Kong time, as opposed to originally the flight we had booked was getting us in at 11 p.m. So now we have an entire afternoon and a dinner. We can check in at a reasonable hour. So
I was originally booked, really good deal as well. It was cheap. It was like 22,000 points per person. It was Chase transferred to United, and then United booked Singapore Airlines economy from Phnom Penh to Singapore to Hong Kong. It was going to be like a 7 or 8 hour travel day for us. Now it's less than 3 hours, and we're going to have an extra afternoon in Hong Kong. So should be fun. We'll bring you guys on the plane with us. See you soon.
Justin's very excited because the first thing on this menu is grilled prawn with pomelo salad. We can't get away from it. It's his favorite.
She's really got us on overtime tonight.
We're working hard. Working hard. Beep beep.
We made it to Hong Kong.
Woohoo!
A very easy 2 hour and 15-minute flight.
In business.
Yes, amazing. Cathay Pacific
rocks.
Yeah.
It might be my new favorite airline in business.
They frequently win world's best airline. I don't know if they are 2024, 2025 as this is being filmed, but they have won it many times in years past. And this was just like a short international flight. So it wasn't like full lie flat business, but it was
only like 2.5 hours.
2-2 orientation. The food was excellent. The drinks were amazing. The service was unbelievable. They were hand and foot. I mean, it was crazy.
So sweet. Like every 5 minutes, but not in an annoying way. Like, hey, can I help you? Can I get you something, cleaning up your trash? Like,
the seats were amazing. The screen size was amazing. I mean,
the movie selection was amazing.
Yeah, maybe we are excited for our 15-hour no, I'm not gonna
don't
say.
Go that far.
I'm not gonna say excited. But we just checked into the Shangri-La.
The Island Shangri-La in Hong Kong, because there are two. There's one that's in like the main downtown of Hong Kong, and then there's this one, which is right across the bridge on the island.
Beautiful, beautiful 5-star ultra luxe resort that has 50 or 60 floors.
We're on floor 51, and we're not at the top.
Yeah.
So.
But it looks like we're looking at the top of other buildings. So we are really, really up here right now. Extremely elegant. You know, you walk in and there's like a piano and violin playing.
Yeah, like a live
fresh
music.
Flowers. It's just like super fancy, but it's also very family friendly. They have an entire floor that is dedicated to younger children.
And they also have themed rooms, so it looks
aquarium,
like you can book
spaceships.
Like a train room, like really fun.
Yeah, so we're excited to be staying here for 2 nights, trying some traditional Chinese, Hong Kong, cuisine.
I think we might go get some dim sum tonight and then some Szechuan food tomorrow.
We have a spa appointment booked. It's just going to be a very relaxing end to this crazy, crazy trip so far. But for us, like when we're in a new place, it's difficult for us to just sit still. I want to go out and see things and explore because this is a city I anticipate we will be back to again in the future.
I think so.
It's a very centrally located part in Asia, and it's a giant hub. So whether it's for Cathay Pacific as well, but for whether it's for a layover, if we ever go to the Philippines or somewhere else in Southeast Asia, I can see us coming back here and doing another like 2 to 4 night stay. So I'd rather like get our bearings and understand this area a little bit better. But
precisely.
Wow, so much fun. So we're gonna explore a little bit more of this hotel and go get some dim sum.
Woo!
Bring you guys along. I think we will definitely be returning to Hong Kong again in the future. This is such a cool city.
It's a big city.
Huge.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I didn't really research into Hong Kong. And it wasn't this, but it's like a massive city. There's so much to do. There's so much dining and shopping. And we're just on the island, Hong Kong. We haven't even made it to the mainland.
I'm getting Tokyo vibes in the sense of the cleanliness and the culture. And I don't know, it's safe and it's like, it's kind of chaotic walking around because I think at least where we are on the island, it feels like it's different levels. Like our hotel ground floor is different than the actual ground floor, is different than the mall ground floor, is different than the train station ground floor.
I don't know if this is factual, but it feels like they built it into like the side of a mountain or something because of all the stairs. And like today, we're trying to follow our Google Maps, our Apple Maps, and it's showing all the little staircases because you have to climb up the staircase and then they're like pedestrian bridges over the streets and the roads and everything, and just confusing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Very cool.
Very cool city. Definitely want to come back here. I'm sure we'll be here on a layover just based on how big of a hub it is. And it's Cathay Pacific's home airport, which is one of the best airlines in the world. And so, this morning we had an amazing couples massage.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
It was a 90-minute
I've never done one that long
massage,
before.
deep tissue,
Yeah.
but they use the hot stones too. Very hot.
Not for me. I don't like being like, I don't know, temperatures. I like taking cold to room temp showers.
He's very sensitive.
When this rock sat on my back, my skin started cooking.
Okay.
It was a sizzle.
The drama.
And then she was rubbing it all around. I was like, okay. Other than that,
it was amazing.
90 minutes, an amazing couples massage that we had this morning.
Yes.
Because we just want to relax and get our bodies ready for this super long flight tomorrow. So we thought that would be a great way to start off our final full day of this trip. And
we had a slow morning this morning. So I guess before that we went and we grabbed breakfast.
Petra or something is the 56th floor restaurant. Amazing views. Yeah, it was
really good breakfast. A lot of
food.
options. There was like a Japanese style, a Chinese style, an English style, which is what we got, and then they had other things too, and a little buffet. So more than what we needed. And then we had the massage, and then we jumped in the sauna, which was very nice.
Needed
the saunas are so nice. There's an infrared sauna and a regular sauna for both the women's locker room and the men's locker room, and you don't actually have to go get a spa service in order to use those.
I love hotels and cruise ships where the sauna is included with just like jumping in the gym, jumping in the men or women's locker room like that. I love that that's an included thing here, and it was great. I mean, everything about this hotel is beautiful. Would definitely return here, even if it was just Courtney and I, but especially when we have kids, because it is we could just see all these little kids running around. They look so happy.
So many families. And like we mentioned, there is that big kids club too on a floor that we are actually not able to get to with our key card. We were trying to go by
and just be able to like walk around and do a little B-roll and get some footage, but
yeah,
we've
only seen it when we stopped on that floor and there's a little train going by because somebody was getting on the elevator from the fun kids floor, but not able to see it because we're not staying on that floor.
After gym and sauna sesh, we took a very sweaty walk around town.
Oh my gosh, the humidity.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 miles. We just walked. We wanted to go by the water and see like where the ferries all come in from the other parts of Hong Kong.
And you can see the mainland from that. It's like called the Victoria Harbor. And so, because the island and the mainland are super close together and the ferries are popping because I'm sure that's such an easy way to
way
get
easier than
from.
driving.
Yeah.
And cheaper.
Oh yeah. And there's so much traffic, I'm sure, because this is what we say, the 4th most densely populated place in the entire
world. More than Tokyo.
Which was so surprising.
And I think number 2 is another city very close to here in China.
Yes, it is Macau, I think.
And
Macau.
number 1, weirdly, is Monaco, which I thought was super interesting. But I guess it's just the size of it. It's like per square meter. That's how they determine that number. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel busier than places in Tokyo, at least where we are so far, and the traffic yesterday coming from the airport. But anyways, after a long sweaty walk, we are just getting ready for dinner now. We're gonna have one final nice dinner. I believe we're having traditional Hong Kong food tonight, or Chinese or Hong Kong food.
Yeah, I think it's a Chinese restaurant, but I'm sure there's some like Hong Kong specialties on there, and then of course Chinese dim sum, which we love.
So that's gonna be fun, and then an early morning tomorrow heading to the airport that we will be bringing you guys along for this 15-hour flight that we could not point hack. We could not upgrade because I use points to book the economy tickets. I'm limited on the upgrade ability, and so
we'll double check one more time tomorrow.
We picked our seats, left side of the plane, row 41, middle and aisle,
which is right only 2 rows behind premium economy. So not terrible location there, but. We'll
be fine. We survived the Japan Airlines flight from LAX to Osaka, which was like 12 hours. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I just love when I'm able to point hack these long flights. This was one I just simply could not. And it's the simplest path home for us because it's a Chicago stop and then Chicago direct to Greenville, which is a small airport that normally you can't have long international flights like this with only one layover.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed all goes well tomorrow, but we'll be bringing you guys along. But until then, let's go have some dinner. This is proper, crispy Chinese chicken here.
Look at that. Is it bone in?
Mm-hmm. Good morning from South Carolina, USA. That was an exhaustingly long travel home day.
God.
With minimal sleep.
Yeah, the flight, not gonna lie, was a little rough, as to be expected on an economy 14-hour flight.
Cathay Pacific as an airline is awesome. And the service was great. Everything, the flight, we actually had like pretty smooth weather. We just had a tough section in the front of economy is where a lot of the younger kids will sit because of the bassinets. Is that what
so like the front middle section will have bassinet like areas to put little babies, and so we had some crying babies. One of them was really crying, really having a tough time, and then
I had a snoring man next to me.
No, he the loudest snorer I've ever heard in my life.
Rumbled. I even asked the flight attendant if she had like noise canceling headphones from business class, and she acknowledged how loud it was right next to me, so she brought them, but they didn't. It was a 2-prong instead of a 1-prong, so. Anyways, we time blocked this flight. Yeah,
so this is the first time that we have time blocked a flight, and I think it went really, really well. So what time blocking is you take your 14-hour flight and you say, okay, for the first 90 minutes, I'm going to listen to music, just vibe out, get excited for my flight. The next 90 minutes, maybe the meal service is starting. So you plan to start a movie, eat your meal, do whatever. The next 90 minutes, maybe you're reading your book, so on and so forth. You plan your sleeping. You just time block your flight. And I feel like it went by so much faster because I always knew what I was going to be doing during those times instead of just like looking aimlessly into the plane.
Yeah, I was very productive in editing YouTube videos from a previous trip to Europe and felt like, I don't know, I just felt super productive. Felt like I got a lot of stuff done. So we did survive the flight. All was good.
The drama.
I will call out, we got to spend 2 hours in one of the nicest airport lounges in the world because of our American Airlines Executive Platinum status. That means we have Emerald One World status, which is the partnership of airlines that American is with, and Cathay Pacific is one of them. And so because of that, even though we're economy, we got first class lounge access to the pier. The Cathay Pacific, the pier at Hong Kong Airport.
One of probably the nicest lounge we have ever been in. It was so luxurious. There were multiple sections for food. There was a sit-down restaurant, which had amazing
Wagyu
food.
and amazing noodles.
So
it was better
good.
than the Japan Airlines first class lounge that we had earlier, in the trip. But it was just amazing. I wish we could have hung there for 4 or 5 hours.
I would spend there for, the whole day.
It was incredible. And then we made it to Chicago. And same thing, because we were traveling on an international flight, they gave us access to the American Airlines flagship lounge, which for a domestic United States airline-based lounge is actually very nice. But coming from some of the best international lounges in the world that we were recently in, it wasn't super impressive.
Didn't compare.
And the thing that I noticed the most is just how crowded it was. This was insanely crowded in Chicago.
Probably because it's a hub and there's a lot of people with status there. So we just felt a little cramped.
It felt like a Centurion lounge to me. It didn't feel anything like an American Express Centurion lounge. It didn't feel anything like elevated like Japan Airlines or Cathay Pacific, or we even did the Qantas one at the beginning of the trip in LAX, which was insane. But then we flew Chicago to Greenville, made it home. Head hit the pillow.
Got home probably around 10:30, 11. To bed.
Body time was 13 hours, 12 hours ahead of that.
Yes.
So we basically had an all-nighter in that sense, 4 hours of sleep or so on the first plane. But we made it, guys, and that trip was incredible. I mean, I can't even, we're still processing everything. We want to make videos after this, really like breaking down the key highlights. But this was our vlog. This was the in the moment. Like, this was you guys feeling it as we were feeling it, experiencing it as we were experiencing it. River cruising, I have a completely different perspective on now. And
so much fun. It's just such a cultural experience and something I think everyone should do.
Told you guys on previous YouTube videos that we're really excited to start making more. I hope everyone enjoys them. They're difficult, more challenging for us than the short form that we do on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, because it's a different camera setup. It's a different orientation. We're filming horizontal. We're trying to recap more in the moment. A lot of our filming, we do B-roll for short form, and then we add voiceovers later on, or we sit down face to camera when we get home. With this YouTube series that we just did, we were in the moment speaking to you guys every morning, every night, or most mornings and most nights.
When we could.
And we want to hear your feedback. Did you like it? What didn't you like about it? What could we do better? Was it enjoyable? And if it is, then we'll continue doing it for adventures that we have coming up on the horizon, like Antarctica and traveling back to some incredible places in Europe and in the Caribbean, and some new cruises, river cruises again later this year.
Maybe going to Portugal for the first time later this year. So we've got some fun things coming up. So yes, if you do like this format, please let us know, because like we said, it's a little bit extra work in the moment to film, but I think these are really fun for us to look back on too, and obviously to share it with you guys. So let us know your thoughts.
We appreciate all of the support and love and watching this, and wow, what a trip. I think I'm gonna go take another nap.
Let's go sleep.